Hey guys, Taju22 here, and welcome to SmackDown. The show is brought to you by MuchGames.ca, and well, we have a very, very interesting matchup for you, especially if you had watched my update video. If you haven't, prepare to be surprised when what you're about to see. But anyway, it's great to be back, especially for the new year, and that the playoffs have started. Well, I'll get to that in a moment, but well, folks, believe it or not, do not be fooled by what you see. Yes, Joey Adams is the newest member of the industry, and so is the man next to him. My best friend Mantar, his contract ran out, and he decided not to opt, for the next couple of months. So we had to replace him, and but Mantar and we left on good terms, so it's fine. But the man who is replacing him is the man in blue and orange, and that man's name is Brian Blair. Yes, Brian Blair is another one of our newest members of the industry. But their opponents are let me turn it down just a little bit. And yes, do not be fooled as well. For our best friend, well, my best friend, and actually they're both my best friends, but Paul Levine, formerly a member of the industry, has joined the Newfoundlanders. So he is going to team up with NewfieBangaa as a member of the Newfoundlanders. So it's kind of weird to see my former best friend. Well, actually, he is still my best friend, I should say. But it's hard. It's kind of hard to get used to Paul Levine on the other side of the ring. Having been a member of the industry for quite a while, but he wanted to be with his mates. And well, when I say mates, I don't mean it like it's kind of like what the British refer to their best friends as, mates. So he wanted to join up with his best friends, and that's exactly what they did. So that's, what I'm trying to get at. Anyway, match underway. So we have a first-time scrum between Joey Adams and NewfieBangaa. So this is a first-time matchup between these two. So Joey's going to start the matchup with an inverted suplex onto the Banga. I mean, I've been told by, Brian Blair that, he idolized the Banga, and that, it's going to be weird for him to actually go up against him. But you know what? He's ready for the challenge, and he's ready to fight. That's the only thing I can tell you, folks. But, to have Joey with us is kind of weird, but, it's kind of great because, we have a former world champion in our ranks. So, and, unlike the Ascension that didn't want him, it was revealed that, they didn't really want him so much as, there were no other good options until the Joker came up. But, I'll tell you more about it later, but right now, the Banga has a cloverleaf onto Joey Adams, but Joey got out of it, pins him, no kick out by the Banga. I mean, a normal man would have submitted to that Texas cloverleaf, or the Canadian cloverleaf, I should say. That's what it's really called. No. As the Banga, in fact, 3 of the 4 guys that are in this ring are from Canada. I mean, you have Paul Levine and NewfieBangaa from St. John's in Newfoundland. Then you have, not Paul Levine, sorry, Brian Blair from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Which then leaves Joey Adams as the sole non-Canadian from Atlantic City, New Jersey. You know, that's where he got that snazzy suit that he has, and that's why, you know, he's a part-time poker player when he's not wrestling. And the last time that Paul Levine and Joey Adams were in the same ring together, it was when Paul Levine was part of the Industry and Joey Adams was a part of the Ascension. So I'm pretty sure these two have not forgotten what they each did to each other, I should say. So, you know, there's a lot of former scores to settle. But, like I said, it's an adjustment period, so we'll just go with it. A back suplex onto Paul Levine. So there's no doubt that these two men remember each other from the last time. Okay. And no, I thought for a moment he was gonna whip him into Brian Blair's corner. Oh, and a running knee right to the head of Joey Adams. So now Joey has been in there since the start. So yeah, Joey needs to tag out, even though he may be tagging out to a very inexperienced Brian Blair. I mean, inexperienced in the sense that he hasn't been in the professional ranks. I mean, he's been in the independents and the minor leagues, but he's never been in the big leagues. So this is, you know, his first crack at the big leagues here. But, you know, it was Mantar who actually led me to Brian Blair. The thing is, Brian Blair, he started out as an oil drill worker, so it's only natural that a construction worker would be friends with an oil drill worker. You know, people in the oil industry, which is what I was trying to get at, sorry. But anyway, that's neither here or there, so let's just get on with the matchup itself. So far, Joey Adams has been in the ring the longest, but Joey's fighting back as he clotheslines Paul Levine. I mean, Joey Adams, I mean, the last time we saw him, I mean, he was defending the WWE title, and even though he lost, he was in there all 20 minutes alongside Slim Kirby, and it was the last man to come in that actually won the championship scramble. So I'm pretty sure Joey wants to get another chance to get the title back, but he also knows that the Joker is out there waiting somewhere. Oh, and a spear right to the barricade onto Paul Levine. And Paul Levine has got to be broken in half. And meanwhile, the Banga throws him into the post. Meanwhile, Brian Blair, he tried to... Oh, now he's going after the Banga, and the Banga's going after him. But anyway, both men are legally back inside the ring. Or both the legal men are back inside the ring, I should say. Excuse me. Ooh, and an arm breaker right to Joey Adams. A kick and a punch right to the left arm of Joey Adams. And I'm not sure what that was all about. I think Banga, well, never mind. Banga just got taken out by Joey Adams. And now he whips him into the other corner. And now Brian Blair has just debuted. Oh, no, don't do this. No. Oh, right to the nuts. head first right into the nuts of Paul Levine. And you know what, folks? Paul Levine is not going to have any kids. I'm sorry. Paul Levine is not having any kids whatsoever right now. But I'm pretty sure Paul Levine is going to make him pay for it. I mean, I just know it because, well, he was a part of my team for a good number of months before, you know, leaving for the Newfoundlanders. Anyway, he tags in the Bangaa, and now it's the Bangaa and Brian Blair in the ring for the first time. I mean, now Brian Blair, the thing that he brings to the table is that he can do a little bit of everything. So, I mean, he can wrestle you, he can fight you, he can fly. But the one thing that always stays true is that he's very resilient. But you know what? So is the Bangaa. A dragon screw onto Brian Blair. And wait, what's Brian Blair do? Oh, test drive onto the Bangaa. He calls that the test drive. No, kick out by the Bangaa. It happened so quickly I couldn't get the words out right. I apologize, folks. But you know what? It's a new year, so forgive me, but... Oh, nice Japanese arm drag onto Brian Blair. Oh, and an elbow, or an arm breaker, I should say. A double... Yeah, an arm breaker. I'm sorry, I just... Folks, I'll get back into the swing of things, but right now I'm just a little rusty. Oh, and a drop kick to send him over the top rope and onto the floor was Brian Blair. Oh, but Brian Blair actually took him down off the apron. A little mistake on the part of the Bangaa. Thrown back into the ring. Elbow right to the head of the Bangaa. And, Brian, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing, Brian? Well, whatever he was doing, he was just running around like a fool. Like, he was just running around like a chicken without its head, so, yeah. And, now Bangaa and Paul Levine with a double slingshot reverse suplex. That's a mouthful to say. No, kick out by Brian Blair. I'm just readjusting the camera here. And a tag out right to Joey Adams. So now we have Adams and NewfieBangaa back in the ring. And inverted suplex once again to the Bangaa. And wait, what's wrong with the Bangaa? Ooh, and a punch right to the face, and... Well, now he tags out to Brian Blair, but... Oh, wait a minute! The Bangaa has been busted open! Oh, now the Bangaa is in serious trouble now, because... I mean, he's busted open, he's bleeding... And I would have to think that Brian Blair, as inexperienced as he is compared to the Bangaa... I mean, he's got to finish the job. I'm sorry, but he's got to be able to. And a takedown right to NewfieBangaa, and a kick right to the back. And wait a minute. Driller. He calls that the driller. But is that enough to beat the Bangaa? Wait, 1, 2, 3, and it's over. So Brian Blair has beaten his childhood hero. Well, maybe not so much a childhood hero, but he idolized him. He has beaten NewfieBangaa. So the industry, with its newest members, have won. And a big congratulations on the part of Brian Blair to pin the former 4-time world champion NewfieBangaa, and the Bangaa is going to need... He's going to need some medical attention because, yeah, it's not looking good for him right now. But stay tuned for the next match. That's going to be awesome to see. And that's coming up right after this.